So welcome and welcome back. My name is Laurel. If you're listening, this was recorded the 14th of July, 2024, with the world in a little bit of chaos. And how are you with it? How is your internal situation going? That's what we're checking in with right now. And I want to say thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time and attention. However you're finding yourself, can it be okay? Can you make a little space for you just as you are without pushing, without pulling? Just maybe soften those edges of yours and say, yep, this is how I'm feeling. And you may not be okay with it, but there's a better part of you that can be like, it's going to be okay. So I'm asking you to focus on the possibilities, on the creativity, on the healing. And that's not always easy because of how you're feeling, but there's room for all of you here. And all of you is so welcome here. The theme that came through when I made the invitation was peace. And interestingly enough, there's been peace that's been poked at in the last 24 hours. And I don't know what your state is. Maybe you don't know what your state is, but maybe just now, if you're willing, you could just take a breath and see how that breath feels. Just take a breath. However, notice, is it getting caught somewhere? Does it feel hard? Does that feel like a real effort? Did it feel soothing? Did it feel tight? Did it feel easy without judgment? This is a conscious breathwork session with the intention of helping you understand how to navigate and relieve and heal your own central nervous system, which is the mechanism that helps you perceive your reality. So, if you're perceiving your reality in a lot of upset or chaos or overwhelm or depression or anxiety or hurt or betrayal or victimization or rage or judgment, those are real wily energies. And I'm offering through this session that underneath in the truth in the center of who you are, there is a stillness and there is a peace that's available for you just beyond, just through, just under those things I named. And it is a matter of you learning how to focus. It is a matter of you being willing to use your breath as the tool to regulate your very powerful, beautiful, complex central nervous system. There's massive science behind this modality. And I think a lot of people are hesitant to get into it because it can be so activating. It really will show you where you are tied up and blocked, where you are addicted to suffering, where you have trauma in your system stuck there from maybe years of abuse or neglect or betrayal or feeling victimized. And we're not going to judge any of that. We're going to support the human being that you are in the space with your breath. If you can be gracious and encouraging and mindful and breathe in, breathe out, the wisdom of your body, the innate wisdom will start to unravel you in ways that may surprise you, befuddle you, confuse you, excite you, make you nervous. That's all part of it. But ultimately, it will help you regulate your nervous system so that you can gain more access to that peace that I'm telling you is at your center. Your peace cannot be altered externally without your permission. It may sound strange, but it's the depth and truth of who you are. The peace is there. The invitation is for you to use your breath to make your way to the peace and understand without your permission, no one can come in and alter it. No information, no experience, no data, nothing externally. When you get to that truth of who you are, can alter or upset, disrupt that peace in you. Are you willing to fight for it? Are you willing to untie, untether, unbind yourself from all this stuff and get with that peace that's inside already? It's not an easy task, but I would offer it is definitely a worthwhile task. And that's what we're up to. That's what we're up to with this breath. That's what we're up to with this complicated nervous system. And it can be a battle. I've been doing this work for 3 years myself, and I've noticed that we unravel in layers. This is my experience. It may or may not be your experience, that when you start to use your breath like this, breathing in and out through the mouth, into the belly, into the heart, and then a letting go, the first battle seems to be mental. I'm not doing it right. Something's wrong. This is terrible. I'm achy. I don't want to be here. What's for lunch? This is too much. I don't like this song. Yeah. You start to notice the trouble your mind makes up in taking you away from your center. Battle number one. Battle number two. Oh my gosh, the emotions. The nervous system stores memories in your body. Some of those memories may not be fun. They may be harsh. They may be really painful. And your life is asking you to integrate and get present with all of that, to reconcile all of that. That's what we're asking you to do here. That's why there's not too many people in this space, because it takes a brave and courageous soul to do what you're getting ready to do. The next front, an emotional front, you might be facing your shame, facing self-loathing, the fact that you've been betraying yourself on a daily basis. It's confronting, it's upsetting. The shame spiral that can get initiated when you start the healing work and see your participation in all of it. And again, without judgment, with so much compassion for who you're becoming, can you encourage yourself to keep maturing through all of this icky, sticky, dense, painful material? The shame, the insecurity, the doubt, the comparison, the judgment. That judgment, the judgments, big and little, they pinch off your compassion. They just pinch it off. They pinch off your creative curiosity. And then you start to separate. You, other, better, bad, you're better, they're better, righteousness. It's a mess. The emotional front is not an easy front. When you're breathing like this consciously, so much can come forward. I'm asking you, can you witness it with some compassion for yourself as your body releases the hurt, releases the shame, releases the feeling of embarrassment or doubt? Are you willing to let that move through your body in the form of tears or shaking or crying or stomping or yelling? Permission granted for this session to be so true, honest, messy, real. We're getting to the real you. It's a funky, freaky, weird, often messy journey. We're going to normalize all of that. That next layer, the next front, is that physical front. When you're doing the breath work, you might get pains or aches or cramps or bloating or yawning or purging or shaking, maybe involuntary. This work is next level. Can you just simply be present with yourself while the breath unravels you to the truth of who you are? That's the invitation. We're going to check in with your willingness to see where you're at. I know that's a lot. And I know if you're here, you have it in you. I'm here to support you, to encourage you, to root you on, to champion you. Are you willing to turn down the volume of that inner critic? All the way down, all the way down. Turn down that volume just now. Turn up the volume of the champion in you, the one that made time for you to be here today. Turn up the volume, turn up that volume, and let's get with the breath and see about your peace. See if we can excavate it, get you more access to it. I just want to offer my gratitude and appreciation for wherever you're at on the journey. Wherever you're at on the journey. My heart is with your heart. My heart is for your heart, and you're not alone in it. This playlist is 45 minutes.